Managing money used to take up a lot of my time. I'd spend hours tracking bills, subscriptions, and upcoming payments. Well, thanks to Rocket Money, everything is now organized in one place. It's so much simpler. The app shows every subscription you're paying for and lets you cancel the ones you don't need with only a few taps. Together, Rocket Money users have canceled subscriptions and saved over $880 million. Rocket Money also keeps track of where your money's going and gives you a heads up before your bills are due or if your account balance is getting low. On average, Rocket Money users save more than $70 in their first month using the app. And here's what I really like about Rocket Money. It can move money into your savings automatically, so you put money aside without even thinking about it. It makes managing your money a whole lot easier. Let Rocket Money help you reach your financial goals faster. Join at rocketmoney.com/Kim. That's rocketmoney.com/Kim. rocketmoney.com/Kim. Sign up for my free daily newsletter, The Current, at getkim.com. All right, Andrew, we've talked about this here on the show, how your TV maker is now collecting all your data.
Yeah.
I found this number, $46 billion this year. Okay, that's how much the smart TV ad and data revenue is headed towards.
Wow.
That's a lot of money. Every single viewer generates about $20 a year in data alone. And the hardware margins on TVs are less than 1%. So
that's it?
Yeah, so where do you think they're making money? Our next guest, Aaron Alva, spent more than a decade at the FTC, Federal Trade Commission. He helped take Vizio to court over this back in 2017, and now he advises on privacy, AI governance. He's got his own company, the Alva Strategy Center. Aaron, thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Thanks for having me.
We've talked about turning off ACR on the TVs here on the show before. I've also written about it, various places. Walk us through what happens in case somebody does not turn that off.
Yeah. So smart TVs today are broadly collecting TV viewing history, what you're watching on TV, and oftentimes, as happened in Vizio back in 2017, and as the Texas Attorney General said for 5 other manufacturers recently, this data collection is happening by default. And so that means that these TV manufacturers are collecting they're collecting pixels on your screen, oftentimes more than once per second. So very often. And then they take that information and they have on their servers, okay, these pixels mean that you're watching this particular TV show or this particular video. And they add that to a profile of you that is then used potentially for advertisers to do targeted advertising to you.
And so they know when you're sitting there watching the news or you're watching Judge Judy. Andrew,
That's right.
Andrew likes to watch The View.
Yeah, I love it. Joy Behar is so sexy.
So they would know that. And they would know that based on, they know what, where's the view, and they'll know when you're watching it, and what time you want to be watching it, and whether you're watching it, live or at some other time. All these can be data points for adding to a profile of what you might like for targeted advertising and analytics.
Now, is this actually disclosed to the consumer, or is it just kind of like if you know where to look, you found it?
Right. Yeah. So that is a key part in a lot of the cases, like the Vizio case that I helped bring back in 2017, and the Texas Attorney General cases. There's 5 of them in the last couple months. And in those cases, the regulators are saying, enforcers are saying, no, you're not given clear notice or the ability to clearly can say yes or no to this happening. For instance, Samsung's the allegations from the Texas Attorney General with Samsung said, well, when you start up the smart TV, there's a screen with a lot of text. it doesn't really clearly say this is happening, and then you just
click OK.
push.
Yeah.
You push confirm, and that's it. And so then your Samsung TV is watching what you're watching.
Are all the TV manufacturers doing this, Aaron?
I believe for the most part, TV manufacturers are doing this. Like you mentioned, this is a very lucrative business. And oftentimes it's more lucrative than the actual creation of the manufacturer of the TV itself.
Let me tell you a little quick story, Aaron. I told this on the show a couple of weeks ago, but I recently purchased a 100-inch Hisense television. It was like normally $3,000. It was on sale for $1,800. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's such a great price. I ran down the store and I got it. And when they delivered it to my house, because it's so big, multiple people had to carry it and mount it and all that jazz. They said, okay, before we leave, we just want to get this on the Wi-Fi network. And I said to the guy, no, we watch all our shows through the Xbox. I have all my apps on there. I don't need the television on the Wi-Fi network. And this was a fight with this guy. He was not going to leave my house until that television was on the Wi-Fi network. And it's all because if it's not on the Wi-Fi network, then they can't track me and they can't sell me.
Did the installer ever say anything like that?
He had to go. I wasn't going to do it.
No, but did he say like, hey, listen, we need to have this on for like system updates?
That's what he leaned on. And I said, well, if there's any updates, then I'll connect it then.
I mean, certainly there's a lot of there are a number of ways that you can try to not have your TV watch you, your TV manufacturer watch you. And that is one of them is you don't actually connect your smart TV to the internet. If you have a way of still being able to watch it, like through the Xbox, but that is connecting a device to Wi-Fi does present these new, security and privacy challenges for people that are trying to get these services.
Is it worse, Aaron, if you have a camera built into your TV?
I believe that does definitely create an extra layer of privacy risk. And the FTC and other attorneys general have taken action against companies like Ring in the past for, issues like Ring's internal security, internal employees were watching live feeds of smart TV cameras. So these things are add those extra privacy risks in your household.
Every business owner I talk to asks the same question. How do I make AI work for me? Not someday, today. Sitting on the sidelines is not an option. Your competitors aren't waiting. NetSuite by Oracle is the #1 AI cloud ERP, trusted by over 43,000 businesses. It pulls your financials, inventory, commerce, HR, and CRM into one system. When everything lives in one place, your AI knows your business. It doesn't guess. It knows. You make decisions based on the data and AI, not on your gut. You get alerted to red flags before they turn into problems and make fast, confident decisions that move the needle. How do I know? I'm bringing NetSuite into my business right now. From software and IT services to healthcare, equipment manufacturing, financial services, and many other great American industries, NetSuite delivers a customized solution for your business. If your revenues are at least 7 figures, get NetSuite's free business guide, Demystifying AI, right now. It's free to you at netsuite.com/Kim. That's netsuite.com/Kim, netsuite.com/Kim. So with your TV, though, basically you have to turn off the automatic. What else is it called? Like sometimes it's called smart interactivity or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, there are a number of terms for it. A lot of companies do call it automatic content recognition for the most part. Otherwise, other terms I've heard were smart interactivity with Vizio, and other sort of, one is called the EV service.
Well, they try to make it sound happy,
but
right, I mean,
largely if you go into your, that's right. But largely if you go into your smart TV's settings, there may be a spot for finding ACR or automatic content recognition to be able to opt out of it.
I believe one of the companies calls it, we watchy what you watchy. I could be wrong, though. I could have read that wrong.
Aaron, just one final question. You spent over a decade at the FTC. Is there one company that you think is so insidious that you would never let them have a product inside your house?
That is a great question. I think that the conduct from Ring, like I mentioned, was quite egregious. Their employees were able to watch live feeds. There were known instances of that happening. But I should say that now, after the FTC's brought that case, there are new legal requirements that Ring has to follow to not do that anymore. Just as I personally own a Vizio Smart TV, feeling more comfortable that there are legal requirements now that the FTC has placed on Vizio to require clear consent for
but that's that's
ACR.
That's here in the United States. I have a friend. I'm not going to talk a lot about it, but I have a friend who is in a situation where a tracker was placed on his person, and so trying to figure out who put the tracker there. Okay, goes to the local police. They're like, you know what? He's like, yeah, but he bought it on Amazon. I mean, maybe there must be something there. Anyway, series of 3 months, finds out that the tracker is sold by a company in India. Okay. He hires a barista. How do you say that?
A barista, like someone who makes coffee?
No, it's how you say lawyer in Great Britain. I forget. Barrister, yes. Not a barista, barrister. Same thing, kind of almost. But anyway, hires a barrister in India to represent him in the Indian courts because this is an Indian manufacturer. So now, in order for him to figure out who was paying for the tracker, he had to hire a lawyer in India to go sue the company in India so that he could find out who put the tracker on. I mean,
did he win?
Not yet, but I'm going to have him come in after everything's all settled.
Oh, nice.
Done and talk about it.
Cliffhanger.
But it is really crazy about that we have all this data that's being collected about us. We have laws here in the United States. I just want to throw that in as that was something that's obviously not controlled by U.S. law. Aaron, thank you so much for joining us again. That's Aaron Alva. He's the founder of the Alva Strategy Center.